Hi, my name's Jim McCarthy, here today to talk about Nothing Else Matters, the upcoming graphic novel on Metallica, written by myself, illustrated by Brian Williamson, and published by Omnibus Press. This was a slight departure from the other books that we've done, in the sense that it inhabits the hard rock arena. One of the things I was astonished by was just how unbelievably successful Metallica are and their ongoing career. It's very interesting to see somebody like Lars Ulrich, who's a very driven individual, and how, they came out of that thrash metal scene that existed around LA and the California scene in the early 80s. And again, there was a British connection with bands like Saxon and Diamond Head and those kind of bands that influenced the band directly. There was also another punk influence. They also were very influenced by the aggression and the direct attitude of the Sex Pistols and the Clash and other bands like that. So there was lots of different influences in the music. Again, it was the right place at the right time beginning. James Hetfield answered an advert in the Recycler magazine, a free kind of newspaper stroke magazine that existed around the Newport Beach area. And they had a fortuitous meeting with Lars Ulrich. And it was fairly obvious from researching the book that they never thought that this was going to happen or that it was going to grow into anything like the unbelievably megalithic success that they've had, far outstripping their rivals, their contemporaries in every way, and having a career that's so full of longevity. Another interesting thing about Metallica, they may be the first band to ever put therapy sessions into a movie. Some Kind of Monster was a good research tool to see how they were operating after James Hetfield went into rehab. So from my point of view and from some of my own personal experience, it was quite interesting to inject some of the 12-step recovery aspects of American culture into their story, as Hetfield developed a serious drinking problem and then had to go into rehab to try and save himself and his marriage. And the rest of the band's reactions to him is outlined very interestingly in this movie, where they actually hire a therapist to come in and oversee sessions with them and the producer Bob Rock. So that film, Some Kind of Monster, was a very good research tool. Funnily enough, Lou Reed, who died just very, very recently, did an album with them called Lulu, based on 2 plays about a prostitute called Lulu, and was received incredibly badly. There was a quite hostile reaction to that double CD. I find that it's interesting that a band at that stage of their career, after 25, 30 years into their career, can still take those kind of chances. And that's one of the interesting things about their career, is that they, even though they might be part of a corporate music industry, they're still taking risks outside of that. The Metallica graphic is redolent of the Ramones book, in that we decided with editorial guidance to make it a smaller format, black and white book, which I think lends itself very much to the music and the artwork. And again, Brian Williamson's doing a great job using photo collage, line and filtered artwork, both grey tone and black and white. And again, it has an expansive kind of Californian vibe to it. It's got one thing I like about working with certain artists is that they're very adaptable, and I think Brian's artwork has really shown an adaptability from the last book to this, the last one being the Ramones. And this book has got a totally different feel to it.